Integration in logical learning.
Organ and organ system. In the human body, an organ is composed of two or more different histological types of tissue that work together to carry out a complex function. An organ system consists of a group of organs that perform integrate functions necessary for the survival of an organism. Organ systems that are present in the human body include skeletal system, digestive system, respiratory system, circulatory system, nervous system, and reproductive system, etc. Now, what is skeletal system? The skeletal system functions as the basic framework of a body, and the entire body are built around the hard framework of the skeleton. It is the combination of all the bones and the tissues associated with the cartilages and the joints. Almost all the rigid or the solid parts of the body are the main components of the skeletal system. This skeletal system can be divided into the axial and the appendicular systems. In an adult body, it is mainly composed of 206 individual bones which are organized into two main divisions, axial system and appendicular skeleton. Now, what is axial skeleton? The axial skeleton runs along the body's central axis, therefore, it is called the central core of the human body. The axial skeleton is composed of 80 bones and it consists of the skull bone. It includes 8 cranial bones, 14 facial bones, 6 auditory ossicles, and hyoid bone. The bone of the thoracic cage, it includes 25 bones of the thorax, a breastbone, and 24 ribs. The bone of the vertebral column, it includes 24 vertebrae bones, the sacrum bone, and the coccyx bone. Now, what is appendicular skeleton? The appendicular skeleton is composed of 126 bones and it comprises of the pelvic girdle, upper limbs, lower limbs, shoulder girdle or the pectoral. The primary functions of the skeletal system include movement, support, protection, production of blood cells, storage of minerals and the endocrine regulation. A picture of the same is given here in the right hand side. Now, the digestive system. The digestive system of the human body comprises a group of organs working together to convert the food into the energy for the body. Anatomically, the digestive system is made up of gastrointestinal tract along with accessory organs such as the liver, pancreas and the gallbladder. The hollow organs that make up the gastrointestinal tract or the GI tract include the stomach, mouth, esophagus, small intestine and large intestine that contains the rectum and anus. The digestive system of the human body is the sum of the gastrointestinal tract GIT, also called the alimentary canal, and accessory organs like tongue, liver, pancreas, etc. These two parts together help in the digestion process. Now, the alimentary canal is the long tube through which the food that we eat is passed. It begins at the mouth, buccal or the oral cavity, passes through the pharynx, esophagus or food pipe, stomach or small intestine or large intestine, and rectum, and finally it ends at the anus. The food particles gradually get digested as they travel through various compartments of the alimentary canal. Mouth. The food starts its journey from the mouth or the oral cavity. There are many other organs that contribute to the digestion process, including teeth, salivary glands, and the tongue. The teeth are designed for grinding the food particles into small pieces and are moistened with the saliva before the tongue pushes the food into the pharynx. Now, what is a pharynx? A fibromuscularly shaped tube attached to the terminal end of the mouth. It is mainly involved in the passage of chewed or crushed food from the mouth through the esophagus. It also has a major part in the respiratory system as the air travels through the pharynx from the nasal cavity on its way to the lungs. Esophagus. This is a muscular tube that connects the pharynx, which is a part of an upper section of the gastrointestinal tract, It supplies the swallowed food along with its length. Now the respiratory system. Human respiratory system is the organ system that involves the inhaling of oxygen and exhaling of carbon dioxide to meet the energy requirements. Respiration is one of the metabolic processes which play an essential role in all the living organisms. Different parts of the respiratory system, nose, larynx, pharynx, trachea, bronchi, lungs and respiratory tract. A picture of the respiratory system is given here in the right hand side. You can follow the different parts of the respiratory system and where they are located in. The circulatory system. The circulatory system is a network consisting of blood vessels and the heart. This network supplies tissues in the body with oxygen and the other nutrients, transports hormones and removes the unnecessary waste products. The heart is made of the specialized cardiac muscle tissue that allows it to act as a pump within the circulatory system. The human heart is divided into four chambers. There are one atrium, one ventricle on each side of the heart. The atria receives blood and the ventricles pump blood. Now the human circulatory system consists of several circuits. The pulmonary circuit provides blood flow between the heart and the lungs. The systematic circuit allows the blood to flow to and from the rest of the body. And the coronary circuit strictly provides the blood to the heart, not pictured in the figure below. Blood and the blood vessels. Blood from the heart is pumped throughout the body using the blood vessels. Arteries carry blood away from the heart and into the capillaries, providing oxygen and other nutrients to the tissue and cells. Once the oxygen is removed, the blood travels back to the lungs where it is reoxygenated and returned by the veins to the heart. Now the main artery of the systematic circuit is the aorta, which branches out into the other arteries, carrying the blood to the different parts of the body. The nervous system. It consists of two main parts, the central nervous system CNS and the peripheral nervous system PNS. The central nervous system. This system consists of the brain and the spinal cord. Find more about the brain in the related posts. And what is peripheral nervous system? It consists of the cranial nerves coming from the brain and the spinal nerves coming from the spine. There are 12 pairs of cranial nerves and 31 pairs of spinal nerves in the humans. The peripheral nervous system is made up of the autonomic nervous system and the somatic nervous system. The somatic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system falls under the autonomic nervous system. Reproduction can be defined as the biological process of producing a new individual or an offspring identical to the parents. This process ensures the increase in the number of the individuals of a species when the conditions are favorable. It is one of the fundamental characteristics of the living things and an essential life process. There are two types of reproduction, asexual and sexual. Sexual reproduction is very complex that involves the formation and the transfer of the gametes followed by the fertilization and the formation of the zygote and the embryogenesis. Asexual reproduction. This process of reproduction involves only when one parent and the new offspring produced is genetically similar to the parent. All human beings undergo a sexual mode of reproduction. In this process, two parents are involved in producing a new individual. Offspring are produced by the fusion of gametes or the sex cells from each parent. In the human beings, both the males and the females have different reproductive systems. Males have testes, or also called the testicles, while the females have a pair of ovaries. Male reproductive system. The male gametes, that is the sperms, are produced within the male reproductive system. Sperms are small unicellular structures with a head, middle piece and a tail. Male reproductive system consists of testicles or the testes, a pair of oval-shaped organs marked in a pouch called the scrotum. They are responsible for the production of sperms and the male hormone testosterone. Now, what is the scrotum? It is a sac-like organ that hangs below the penis and behind it. It is the houses of the testicles or the testes, and it maintains a temperature that is required for the production of the sperm by it. Vas deferens, the sperms produced in the testes are stored in a tube called the epididymis. Here the sperms get matured and pass to the urethra through the muscular tube called the vas deferens. Now, what is the accessory gland? This includes the three glands, namely seminal vesicles, prostate gland, and the Cooper's gland. The secretions from the three glands mix to form a fluid called the semen. Semen nourishes the sperm, increases the volume, and it helps in the lubrication. Penis. Penis is a cylindrical tube which serves as both the reproductive organ as well as the excretory organ. It delivers the sperms into the vagina during the sexual intercourse. Now, the female reproductive system. The female reproductive system is active before, during, and after the fertilization as well. It consists of the following parts: a pair of ovaries. The ovaries produce and store the ovum in them. They also produce a female hormone called the estrogen. Fallopian tubes or the oviducts. They are the site of fertilization. They connect the ovaries with the uterus. Uterus. It is the site of the development for the embryo. Vagina. It is the part which connects the cervix to the external female body parts. It is the route for the penis during the coitus as well as the fetus during the delivery. The female reproductive system has two functions: production of female gamete called the ovum or the egg, and providing nutrition and protecting the developing embryo. A picture of both the male and the female reproductive system is given here. You can see the locations where they are located. Thank you for watching this video.